Right, welcome to a very good morning here on our favorite football tactical analysis channel here on YouTube called Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, so you're new to the channel, yeah, then welcome to the best place for you to get all your analysis, pre-match, post-match, every other conversation, when you're on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, come pa, and the amount and you're back again. You're back with a lot of things that say, you go, they didn't come up. You know, has on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Like we do always. See, for me to grow, to be able to do this consistently for you, I need some support from you. And the support I need from you is just by you subscribing. It's just by recommending the channel to other people. It's just by saying, oh, Charlie and me share feeling man. Oh man, that's exactly what we want from you, especially from you, the Chelsea fans. I did be about Fifi. Thank you, Fifi. Thank you. You have to show working. Showing working means that we need to hit around 60,000 subscribers, double the subscription by the end of the year. We have just 6 months to go, and that is the target. And the role that you play in it is to share, like, subscribe, comment, and let the video go as far as it can go. Or has on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. But we are doing very well, very well. In fact, we are exceeding expectations in 2025 with the kind of videos, any revenue and stuff like that. So I say thank you. Thank you very much to all of you. Any come on. See, it's been very difficult for investors or club World Cup and nonsense competitions to bet into, very honest. Then I may catch it, we catch always say, Charlie, how do you Shebobi and Madrid in the Juventus boy 1-0, Madrid versus Juve. You think this is a Champions League game? Ewo Santiago Bernabeu and I say ewo the Turin Stadium and can be 1-0. Can you the 1-0? It's been more than just 1-0, but there we are, Club World Cup heat, uncomfortable playing, intensity, form affecting a lot of things, and now the clubs are playing like that. But let us have the analysis. First of course, our Club World Cup. I mean, things are shaping up. Madrid side, one of them, things is shaping up because you know that FC Bayern Munich qualified when a game when they played against Flamingo. It means that on their end, Bayern Munich will have a game to play in the quarterfinal. Then there's going to be another one who's going to be Real Madrid versus either Dortmund or the team from Mexico, is it Montreal? The friend is saying Sergio Ramos' team, they are going to meet, and when they meet, the winner now goes to meet Madrid versus. So we are going to have Paris Saint-Germain versus FC Bayern Munich, then Madrid versus Dortmund, possibly. Into European sides, most of them are on one side, whilst the non-European sides are on one side because there is Al Hilal on Chelsea's side, there is Fluminense on Chelsea's side, there's Chelsea themselves, and there is also one other team on the other side that they are going to play. And obviously, and when I make catch Chelsea for and say, and function with dream men can't who say, South side a easy place to go. Yes, a slightly better if you compare it to the Dortmund side, the Bayern side, and the Madrid side, where the European teams are. But these Brazilian side have shown all of us this season or Club World Cup. We say you can't take them for granted. If you try to take them for a ride, trust me, you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth. You can't take this Brazilian side for a ride at all. If you do that, you are going to make a serious mistake of your own. Chelsea versus Palmeiras in the quarterfinals. I think that's on Saturday. It won't be easy. Chelsea won't find it easy. It's not going to be an easy game at all for Chelsea to play against Palmeiras on Saturday. Then after that, they are going to go on and play the winner of Al Hilal versus Fluminense. Now, Al Hilal, Obia Huboa, Al Hilal played against Manchester City. And Al Hilal side, that really did not give anything to chance. Yes, I have my own analytical reservations of City side now, and consistently, I ask myself that, okay, if you look at this Manchester City side and you say that, okay, fine, what have they lacked in recent times? I think that their press intensity is not in the levels where it used to be in the past. Man City's problem is not the unavailability of Rodri Cascante from last season. I mean, he's back and still the problem hasn't solved. Just that City has looks more passive for me. And in 2 games, they conceded 6 goals, something that is uncharacteristic of Pep Guardiola, Manchester City. But That is where they are now, and they need to check a couple of things. The intensity of games again, a Club World Cup, and you give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, the intensity of the Club World Cup is not up there, so you don't expect them to press after a long season and coming to play this game. But you see, teams need free more in the group stage, any round of 16, it has become more complicated for them more preseason because now Liverpool and one Club World Cup will start their preseason in a week. Man City, what time are they starting preseason? 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, 1 month's time? Because the league in itself is starting on somewhere around the 16th of August. So when are you going to start? When are you going to start playing, doing your preseason? Are you going to do it at the end of July? Obama players know 1 month full time off, and then they come at the beginning of August to start preseason for 2 weeks and start the season. What are you going to do? Your assessment. It makes preseason a little bit more complicated for teams like Manchester City. But we're Chelsea here. Mr. When show team says our side too easy and Chelsea will sail through. It's not going to be easy like that. On the other side, it's going to be more interesting. I'm thinking, say, Dortmund, barring any surprises from the last times who and Rani and Rich, Dortmund will sail through. If Dortmund do sail through, and then we are expecting that Dortmund will most likely meet Madrid. I'm expecting that Madrid wins that one, then set up a semi-final between Real Madrid and then, of course, maybe Paris Saint-Germain or FC Bayern Munich, and then a possible final. Really interesting. So the Club World Cup is going to be interesting. We'll try to bring you some of the quotes and work harder to win more for you. But I have some wishy-washy game. Now let's talk about the game in itself. See, I've spoken about Gonzalo Garcia for a while now, consistently. Again, I'll talk about Gonzalo Garcia. An interesting player, Mr. If you've watched him, I'm sure you agree with me. Every game we are about for Madrid in the Club World Cup, he has either scored or assisted. And today, just one solitary goal from Team FC Real Madrid. They needed one man to stand up, count it, and then get the win for them. Yes, it wasn't the flamboyant Madrid play. And Madrid want to switch between 2 or 3 positions. And Ranajo, they played in the 3-5-2 at some point in time. You see, the 3-5-2 Madrid setup doesn't give Xabi Alonso the luxury of the wing backs now. Like Frank Garcia, our left hand side, he is not the kind of player that you want as outright to do the creative job for you in that area. When you have even Trent Alexander-Arnold, yes, it means that you lose a lot more at the back for him. And even from outright, he's not a natural winger, so it affects his game. So when it was a 3-5-2, it was a little bit problematic for Team FC Real Madrid. Now, immediately, they switched from that 3-5-2 to go and play in a 4-3-3. You could tell that it was controlled. Ada Gulebe drop here, but Fiifi to come and receive the ball and play forward. You could tell that, again, for me, one of the best players on the night, and no wonder that he won the Superior Man of the Match award, was our branch friend Federico Valverde. Every facet of play as a midfielder, or unconventional in terms of the ball progression ability. Say, he is not a kind of player of Fabona or short passing. The diagonal balls and the long balls to evade presses. Is something that's really exceptional from our branch friend Federico Valverde. And again, when he does these things, he covers ground. He covers ground. We need second balls. We need duels. Or turning possession over. Or be aggressive. That is the quality that a branch friend Federico Valverde about. That is the importance Federico Valverde adds to this Madrid team. So you really look at him and you're like, Charlie, this is a complete midfielder. Yes, he's probably not the most flamboyant of midfielders, but the ball carrying ability is important. The diagonal passing is important. The long range passing is important. Then he covers those large grounds. Say Madrid first face, say Mekacho and another person. Xabi Alonso wants to press. It looks like that is the plan for Xabi Alonso. Sisi a team not building up. Press it. Press it. Let us be more proactive instead of reactive. We can face people head on and face the bull by its horns and then get results for it. Granted, that is excellent style of play from Xabi Alonso. But whilst doing all of that, the team hasn't gotten to the level where they are some of the best pressers of the ball. Last season, we spoke about Hansi Flick. The team are one of the best pressers of the ball. They press nicely and easily. That is why for Madrid, it is literally almost impossible to do away with Federico Valverde. Because whilst Xabi Alonso is building the team to be able to press compactly and perfectly as a unit, they need Federico Valverde to be able to do consistent off-the-ball job when the first phase of Madrid's press is broken. Say, Omanya successful is our part of press now. He needs to be able to come and cover the ground. So he is super important for Madrid. Super important for Madrid. And I think he showed it in the game. Another game where he showed that he's an important player for Team FC Real Madrid over the way. And again, for Gonzalo Garcia. I told you, I tweeted it last time. Remember the name Gonzalo Garcia. I think Madrid have a gem on their hands. I think he's going to go far. I mean, that header was pure center forward instinct for him. And one headed ball to the left or to the right, right under the bar. And it tells you the quality of Abranche and friend Gonzalo Garcia. And Abranche friend Xabi Alonso has a lot on his hand. In the next game, I think he deserves a start. He deserves a start. And again, it's another game where Arda Güler has gotten a lot of the game time. He has played very well. And then he's beginning to grow into shape. He's beginning to be the player that Xabi Alonso has wanted. The only thing is that Abranche friend Rodrigo Goes did not get game time as much. We expected Rodrigo Goes to play, but we're not enough game time as much as we expected him to get, which is okay, which is fine. We'll see with time how our branch friend Rodrigo Goes will grow into the season and then how things are going to go for our branch friend Rodrigo Goes. Maybe some common now, affiliate that indeed in common. See, Arsenal are very keen on our branch friend Noni Madueke. Meaning, say Chelsea for say, oh, and Madueke Crano and Shena Nyadi. Madueke was Chelsea's highest scoring winger. Don't forget this. You see, this is data, this is numbers that you need to work it. I understand. Me share ball as a fan. Now me share Noni Madueke. I consistently get pissed off. I've said it several times. Obi oni me the enemy. It is so difficult to watch Noni Madueke, especially without the ball. Too like a basic color say, never been fun of home, relaxing now. What you think any kind of performance. Charlie, but when Nani Madueke is on, he's on. Or one of those explosive players now, when you're from outright 1v1 now, oh yeah, then you are going to be in trouble. Oh yeah, then you'll be in trouble. In fact, what we are hearing is that Arsenal have expressed interest. In fact, Arsenal wants Eberechieze. They want Eberechieze at all costs. Oh yeah, then you Eberechieze in their team. Eberechieze, this morning I explained. Crystal Palace only say 85 million release clause. Opa, no, 65 million release clause. Opa betua nako. Ubetua, ubetima ma 3 installments. Watch him 20 million in 3 installments. One for Brent friend Eberechieze and out in the call. And I've said it several times that Eberechieze goes into the Arsenal team and relieves Abrante friend Bukayo Saka of the burden of being the only wide creator for the team. Eberechieze ba. Onye ọnụ kọ be creating ama Arsenal team, no. Onye ọnụ kọ be the creating job no, for the Arsenal team, no. When he goes into the team, Bukayo Saka does part of the creation. He also does part of the creation, and it's an important thing from Arsenal Football Club in terms of what they want to do from the Arsenal point of added a bunch of Christian Norgard. Now, also sad deals now are all different from a bunch of Benjamin Sesko's deal to join Arsenal. Arsenal want Benjamin Sesko. They know that last season and then 2 seasons ago, they really wanted certain kind of players that were team. They didn't get them. And those things have affected their possibility of winning the English Premier League and even the Champions League. So then what do? These profiles have become non-negotiable for the team. And that's why Andre Barta, there's a center back called a branch friend of Mosquera. Arsenal Pona closing, he's from Valencia. Arsenal Pona closing him on him. He brings that kind of attributes of William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes in one person. Explaining consistently the importance of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. These are 2 separate profiles of centre backs. One, the cool, calm, collected centre back. The other one, the aggressive, proactive one that steps up to the danger and try to face it head on, whilst Saliba does the sweeping job. Now, Mosquera comes into the Arsenal team and now becomes the kind of player obey the sweeping job, for them, and can also do the job of a branch here, your friend of Gabriel Magalhaes and Arsenal for next season. And right after that, Arsenal for said they still want another winger. And now my branch friend Noni Madueke din Ababe PM or Colony Honoma, Momudin Komo said maybe they can get the boy a branch friend of Noni Madueke into the team. But see, don't get it twisted. Chelsea have not received an offer for Noni Madueke, and Chelsea have not said that they are actively trying to sell Noni Madueke. Fashion with you. Obiama Mekase and Noni Madueke no Crano, Chelsea for now, Madrid Sombeton. Chelsea have not said they want to sell Noni Madueke. Chelsea understand that he's the player that Arsenal wants. In fact, The brief from this evening, from Enron, I just sorry, is that Chelsea want 9 attackers. Enzo Maresca so for 23 or 24, 20, 22 or 23 players on the team. Inside 22 or 23, no, open 9 as attackers. And the moon 9 up as attackers, no, open left wing, right wing, number 10, and number 9. Of course, some of them can be overlapping. Okay, Chelsea attackers since this year, Chelsea need one more attacker. Chelsea, Liam Delap, or Jackson, or Pedro Neto, or Noni Madueke, or Cole Palmer, Estavao Beba, or the bench of any Gatesons, Joao Pedro, our team. I've told you several times that in Kunku, any Joao Felix, 2 of them or 1 of them at least to go. Especially if in Kunku or Joao Felix, 1 of them goes out, it means that Chelsea are going to add a branch friend Mohamed Kudus to the pack. So Chelsea wants 9 attackers out of their 23 players for the 2025-2026 season. But the problem with Mohamed Kudus is that because Chelsea are waiting for certain people to go, or possibly, I mean, people say only Madueke, for Madueke for Madueke to go, for Nkunku to go, for Joao Felix to go, before they can bring in a certain Mohamed Kudus in team. Tottenham for one person in term deal. Tottenham wants to make sure that at the end of the day, they finalize the deal for Mohamed Kudus in Taintum. Now, just like every other English Premier League club, almost call West Ham on West Ham. I catch them say, boy, no need boy enough from open. You have to pay good money. So besides I saying, almost say you catch them for English Premier League clubs, it's 85 million. See, Tottenham view Mohamed Kudus as a priority because almost they say Onyaba team he takes them a level or 2 higher. Again, the star boy of Omutino a song you mean is getting to the twilight of his career. They believe that Mohamed Kudus gets into their team and becomes the real star boy of Omutino and takes them to the notch side. Next season, no in the Champions League. Mohamed Kudus will love to play in the Champions League. Yes, Chelsea can afford him Champions League football, but if it's going to come with certain certainties, with team and friend Tottenham Hotspur, he's going to take that job. So Chelsea essentially have to finish up somewhere on the side to be able to go in aggressively and get Mohamed Kudus. Because Abrante Feni Joao Pedro there, he has gotten to a US of A or any medicals maybe, and then was signed a contract, a 7-year contract or signing up to 2032. And Abrante Feni Joao Pedro. See, Obian can say Joao Pedro a exceptional player. Joao Pedro doesn't have to be an exceptional player. Sometimes fans get it wrong. In the conversation of squad building, it is something I think that we analysts haven't done a good job at very well. Because as analysts, when we analyze players, we want to see, oh, you're good and oh, you're good. Like we just want to go to the extreme, good or not good. But to be very honest, in analyzing a player in the context of a squad, there should be a lot of nuance. Nuance in the sense that player na Obabishino. Then Obabi, because we say Christian Norgard. Who isolated Christian Norgard and Thomas Partey. Norgard is not in the quality of Thomas Partey, but he's going to be a third man player. Does he have the experience to be a third man player? Penny age, will he be willing to sit on the bench and affect the club now? Like all of these things have to come together to understand who he is. So Joao Pedro in this case, any player at Chelsea for Tony Sono be the star boy, but he has certain traits that are very important for Chelsea. And I've explained several times, he is a left winger who is going to be a hybrid 10 in the half space. Some boy we also be teaming up as a center forward. Who person more aggressive 4-4-2 now call long to Liam Delap. Who probably pick a second ball, now pick it. No carry ball because he has very good ball carrying. He has very good shooting ability. He creates good XGs from his carries as well. Then it means that you get it in a branch here, your friend of Pedro Neto also from that team over there. So you get all of these quality, all of these players in one player, versatility in there. Again, when a Premier League proven you compare him to Sobit Sehuwe Kitika, then you understand that, okay, fine. Because he is Premier League proven, and less of a risk that as compared to Sehuwe Kitika. Of course, also in and around the same age, especially when Huwe Kitika is so born, so was so. And when you buy like a club like Brighton Hove Albion, the player salary is not a problem because Brighton almost for players they're young and they can give them certain amounts where Uban Kwanas or topping up and said that anything be a horror. So that's why Chelsea are going for a Brighton friend Joao Pedro, and he's going to be their player. But of course, Kepa Arrizabalaga, high official local team and friend Arsenal Football Club. We'll see how Arsenal are going to do their job over there. Enzo Maresca on the Wamana Eclair, so on the 9 attackers and all the team. João Pedro Beba, Jimmy Bino gets in there finalizing the deal, no, and is going to come in. Kudus is coming or not, it's going to take some time. Kakra. Chelsea players now preparing for that game against my friend family. I said, nah, I'm in a timeout with our family. They had an excellent time in there. And you could tell the players, so they're excited, they're enjoying their time in the US of A. See, the team Liverpool is building is scary. And sometimes I wonder where Manchester United is in all of these things. But trust me, don't underrate Manchester United, especially in the context of Brian Mbeumo and Oli Watkins when they come. And you know already, Brian Mbeumo man clear to Brentford for ownership new Biase or no United no person obo. Oye ne den Manchester United obebo. Inti omoma conversations ni smooth nonko. Onka so Pretoria must back up. And under Thomas Frank, I think Tottenham Hotspur will grow. I like the fact that Tottenham Hotspur went in for a manager like Tottenham Hotspur who understands the English terrain. Somebody who knows that maybe a club in the free the way are all in your man. He has to be able to get results and how he will juggle the two is important. Like I an interview where I saw Thomas Frank where he spoke extensively about the fact that the next move will be about a lot of factors. Club no corner are they low hanging fruits. Say or elevate your man, does it give him a lot of credit? Like Sanya Maneman, he looks at all of those things when he picks up the offer. Something that is very, very important for our brand friend Thomas Frank. And now he has gotten the job. Our team friend Toria Mospenti. You better send your brand friend Thomas Frank Abeya Jumano Honum. And of course, Sam Komoni Idea. We'll see how things will pan out from there. Of course, and now have you tabas as I can be. La Liga fixtures number. And in all of our fixtures now, El Clasico will be back, I think, on the 26th of October. Yeah, because we're in the 7th month, which is July, the 8th month is in August, and then the 9th month, September, the 10th month is going to be October. So on the 26th of October, we're expecting to have a Grand Clasico. And Barca won is the last season, 26th of October, almost share Madrid 4-0. Into Charlie, oh, Madrid, you need to prepare yourself. Again, if you're a Barcelona fan, be careful. Have you Tabas to say, as it stands now, it's impossible for Barca to register Nico Williams when they sign him. Barca one is on Momon Cancho will say they are going to register him now. Almost by the time we make us trigger release clause no. No money, the difference in money that they need to be able to register a branch friend Nico Williams. I've said it several times. Said Barca know what they have to do. What they have to do is a certain figures, numbers, and things have to get off from a wage bill also. If those things don't get off the wage bill, there's no way Barca will be able to register the players that they want to register. Say, some numbers need from wage bill also. A bigger thing for them to register the players that they want to register. In so many players need free wage bill also. And as it stands now, Mark Andre Ter Stegen on Onyanko baby. Abrantia, your friend Andres Christensen, yes, also about preseason term. Run around, so that's also bantam. We don't really know what's going to happen, which player will leave Barca. Of course, Ansumani Fati has left. Me personal delivery guy or a Barca. And I don't know how many didn't come when I make a chance. Charlie, now we team, you know, so Barca next season, your mother didn't think about cry. Normal percent, Nico Nyamba, their team, not set it. And I'm saying, and I read Nico Abba. No, I say, oh, Ansumani Fati continue, see, can I say it in the shame? I'm so okay, but no credit, but yet straightforward, sir. Nti, mana Barca for no, more expectations, no. Memra from Kaka, na afidie, yenche senior nyama beti ma call honum. Ti, of course, in the talents area, a lot of interesting times ahead. Obeka and Ranajo, Hakan Kla, no glow. Most of the inter team were on him, Abrantia, your friend Lataro Martinez, Bepe Marota Moni at the Adeba Bidin Komozo. It looks as if Klanoglu wants to go. No, but I'll reply on Instagram, so no status of Bobono. There hasn't been a single time where he hasn't given his all. Or no, he gives his all. Although club him, but of course he will try. Inter for that to find a solution. Napoli for them still are building their team. There is a young centre back from Bologna and AC Milan, Napoli for their panel. Now they're closing in the evaluation. The difference in evaluation was a little bit high, but now evaluation difference number from Kaka, and it looks as you said Napoli for now are going to get a boy. Antonio Conte wants players are obetimi omo de aye omo aye adwuma no wagege the titles ni bi kakra send be bibia be kama now Ghanaian interest right here and Antoine Semenyo assigning I think about 5-year contract extension our team my friend AFC Bournemouth for no they've lost very important players right here Dean Heights and Echo Madrid um most likely Milos Keke most likely Kai Soter is going to Liverpool. There is also Elia Zabani, who is going to leave on club not to go to Paris Saint-Germain, most likely. It is some very important players from our team referee on them other, relatively bigger clubs. Not relatively, but bigger clubs. They need to keep hold of some of the important players, and that's why they've kept hold on Abrante and Antoine Semenyo. I've said it several times that I think that Antoine Semenyo was Ghana's best performing player outside of the jurisdiction throughout last season. And if he gets the things that he's getting, he deserves that contract extension. That comes with some good money. Signing contract extension or whatever. I know that next season, they're worried for a lot of people. And they say, what if next season nobody really comes for Abrante Friend and 27? I think he's quality, and a lot of people will come. I think that he's going to Abrante Friend and 27, a lot of people will come. And my boy, Abrante Friend Abrante Friend of Kamaldeen Sulemana, and now he arrived our Atalanta crew one of my Okoye said or prepare for the medicals this time and Kamaldeen Edu on Atalanta for an NFL also. It's under Juric no Babe Juma. I think that the Italian Serie A, which is very tactical and also physical, will fit the development of Abrante Friend Kamaldeen Sulemana. I'm hoping that this is going to be the place where Kamal gets to and then he begins to unleash himself as a world beater in terms of people seeing the kind of tactics, the kind of ability he has as a player. Because for me, I really do believe in Kamaldeen Sulemana. I've said it several times. Only Jeremy Doku see another Kamaldeen Sulemana see. There is no way Jeremy Doku beats Kamaldeen Sulemana to talent. But sometimes it's parts. Jeremy Doku also, or go through the ranks here in Ghana. Maybe I can be a for him to get to where he has gotten to. So we'll see how things will pan out for Abrante friend Kamaldeen Sulemana with Italian Serie A. Galatasaray for are still trying to convince Thomas Partey say Charlie on Jige Jumano. On Jige Jumano, the midfielder controller on Fiifi on for team friend Gala. No, Juma because they want to go in there and then go and compete and then make sure say things are going to go on well for them. And easy, but they will still have to make sure say they try and then find solutions to all of our the money that they want, the kind of football that he wants to play at Arsenal, how important Thomas Partey wants to be in the team, how long he wants to play. Subsequently, it's a really, really important stuff for him. Because I think that with Adia Al Hilal, El Club World Cup against Madrid, against Man City, it's time for people to take them serious. No, there is a video of Cristiano Ronaldo or Al Hilal, top 5 leagues. That can be a little bit of a reach, but you have to take them a little bit more serious. And with the quality that's there, it's the same quality in Europe. Khalid Koulibaly mu, Yashin Bono mu, Simeone Inzaghi mu, and the coaches on the top teams in Europe and normal PM or Saudi Arabia. So yes, they may not be top 5. Maybe they'll be somewhere in the top 8, top 10. But Sisiano, you have to take them a little bit more serious. You really need to take them serious because now Saudi Pro League, it's attracting some of the best players. Ghana young player Christopher Bambo from Belgium, go straight to Akadesh or Saudi Pro League. Why? You can't even fault him because it's not that bad with Saudi Pro League. And again, it's going to make good money. Yes, there are certain players that you want them to stay in this Premier League, but when they go away from home, we expect that these players will succeed and play some good football, given where they want to play their football, how they want to play their football. We'll see saying about how things are going to pan out in the various games and the couple of games because of course after and now match game at Dortmund Montreal boy and right after that it means that you're really the round of 16 Club World Cup and are going into the quarterfinals and I bet you're more interested. Can Chelsea beat Palmeiras? Can Chelsea go to the final? My kind of game fashion team is not going to be an easy one on that stretch. But look at the teams that the English Premier League teams are building. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Manchester City. Really interesting set of teams now all around in Kofor building. Barca want to build a world beater of a team. Madrid for next show mu team in kakra. You go to Germany, and then the Jamal Musiala, Yaman, the number 10 jersey, is going to be an important player for team a friend by mention because of course Thomas Muller is leaving the team and is going to be out. Once he has left the team, the new guy becomes a Brantia, the friend Jamal Musiala. Also, there's going to be a bunch of friend Lamine Yamal who gets Barca's number 10 jersey. All of these number 10s, of course, Cole Palmer gets Chelsea's number 10 jersey. All of these guys will be competing amongst themselves and next season to see who is the creme de la creme. One of your balls in Gaza of a number 10 next season. Next season, they are very interesting. Obi Sheni team, Obi Tony players, Pedro Mbla, Gates and Zembra, they help Chelsea hit the ground running in that area. Then they go across the face of go and look for more options. Man United, but Tony, Liverpool, but Tony, then we'll see how things will pan out for the various teams now. We'll see. I'm with the influence. I say, later in the day, you better so the another analysis of bro. And of course, the Miad menu may will bring you also some more analysis. Or as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So, once subscribe to the channel now, Michelle. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notification turn and choose all. So, anytime your content, you better drop the piano. We're first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube and BBR. And yeah, come on. I appreciate you. Do take care and stay out of trouble. Until then, I'll see you. Bye.